everyone, welcome back to my weekend update. Climate change is not real, many people think. Even Sean Hannity, an American conservative political talk show host, once says, to the rest of us it's called the weather pattern, but to these idiots it's called climate change. So what about this or this? Well, this must be the new weather pattern then. Have you seen snow in Las Vegas in February? Ariana's dream came true, plus she did not have to wait until Christmas to make that wish. Due to the new weather pattern, you are now easy to see snow in Southern California, although according to the CNN channel, the last time Las Vegas had any measurable snow was over a decade ago, when 3.6 inches has fell on December 17, 2008. Furthermore, look at this cute polar bear balancing on a thin piece of ice. If climate change is not real, then the polar bear must be swimming in the water because they feel hot, or maybe they want to exercise because they are too fat. Another scenario is that they are getting fatter and weighing the ice down. Besides that, many fish is dying, perhaps they are drowning. Did you know that supermarkets have came up with a new upgraded that you are now can buy fresh but no need for plastic bag because they already come with it?
Can I have a plastic bag for my fish, please?
I'm sure they already come inside with it, so you don't have to worry. What?
Does climate change exist? The answer is very obvious. It's a proven fact, not a scenario, but people still divide in opinions. Instead of thinking about how to solve the problem, people keep denying that climate change is real and they don't believe in the scientists. This might be the effect of the denial disorder. There are many people in this world suffering from this disorder, so we need to help them and help our lives too, because you never know what the Mother Nature is going to do when she's mad. So act now or never. Trash. 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 Trash.
The environment and animals seem to be boring in human eyes. That's why kind people want to bring them to another level by littering to give them a fancy accessory. Look at this fish. Is it look so cool when it has a plastic necklace? Wow, thanks to human littering, animals get a higher evolution. Have you ever thought that animals know how to use human stuff? Yes, they can, but right now they are still trying to figure out a way to use it. Look at this seahorse. He's carrying a swab, and he's thinking that, oh, it's delicious. Littering makes human happy because it's convenient, and littering makes animals also happy because they will get used to human lifestyle. According to National Geographic, roughly 12 billion metric tons of plastic waste will end up in landfills or the natural environment by 2050. Wow, 12 billion tons in 2050. Our animals will be definitely happy in that year. The more people litter, sooner this number will happen. No need to wait until 2050, as long as we keep littering. Right in next year, we and our animals will have a big happy party with trash. However, on the other hand, there's many people trying to prevent animals from being happy.
We've had it all wrong. Everybody. We've had it all wrong. The very last thing we need to do is clean the ocean. Very last. Yeah, there is a garbage truck of plastic entering the ocean every minute of every hour of every day.
What's going on? He doesn't want animal to evolve or to be happy. Look at this bird.
Thanks to this bag, I look so fashionable. Can I be a model in future?
Why do many people oppose littering? And they even think of recycling? educating, picking up trash, throwing trash in the trash cans, and the government even fines strictly on the people who litter. Luckily, there's many people they still love littering no matter how strict the government is. Even though there is a trash can, they still litter right next to it. How nice they are! After looking at those pictures of those fashionable animals, I'm kind of interested in being like them. How do I look on this? Is it beautiful? So next time, before you start littering, remember to put your trash on first to understand how those fashionable animals feel.
Hello, welcome back to Real News. There is a big issue among the United States, especially American teens, that we need to stop immediately. What is it, you may ask? Well, it's the thing that got 2 Chainz busted for in the airport. The thing that TV series Narcos is all about. The thing that can kill you. Everybody knows that the real problem with illegal drugs is that they cost too much. And they're so hard to get your hands on that drug addicts need to commit crimes in order to feed their habits. If only people could go down to the nearest 7-Eleven and buy a Coke, or drive up to McDonald's and buy a mushroom burger, or get a purple drink from Starbucks. People wouldn't need to knock down old lady and grab her purse or commit more serious crimes. Think about it. Crime rates would go down and less old ladies would be knocked down. If drugs were to be legalized, we could have spent $60 billion more for the country, plus all the revenue made from buying and selling of the drugs themselves. When you think about it, $60 billion is a lot of cash, and it can afford proper housing and help an entire third world country. How are we going to let people and even children in third world countries die from starvation and preventable diseases every single day when all the money they need is being spent on prevention of people getting high? On top of that, substance abuse is very healthy and beneficial for your brain. Number 1, according to the National Institute on Drugs, the brain is still developing. Using drugs at this age has more potential to improve brain function in areas critical to motivation, memory, learning, judgment, and behavioral control. So it's not surprising that teens who don't use alcohol and other drugs often have family and social problems, poor academic performance, health-related problems, including mental health conditions, and involvement with the juvenile justice system. This shows that we need to do something to legalize drugs, or else the case will be worse. The United Nations also reported by the beginning of 21st century, an estimate of 185 million people over the age of 15 consume drugs globally. See, everybody is evolving and developing to newer and better drugs to overdose on, except for America. So next time, please, if you want drugs, I suggest you to talk to your kids. They might have a better deal for you. Drugs are almost a luxury that we should be embracing, not fighting. It may even be the cure for worldwide war. If every terrorist, every robber, every serial killer, or any greedy world leader had one or a little bit of drugs, the world may be a better place.
America had experienced some of the most wildest and tragic massacres ever existed, such as the one in Las Vegas and the Columbine School. Even today, we still receive news about public shooting. Most people believe that the world will be safer when there are more firearms. Why? There are many reasons. They are efficient tools to stop criminals and have random people get shot. It is also trendy to participate in school shootings. Any person can have access to a gun and sneak into a local public school. Then they can hunt down students and staff members who can make great victims and start blasting bullets at them. Now that person can be famous on the media. Speaking of school, Florida lawmakers passed a bill which stated that teachers are allowed to carry guns to classes ever since the shooting in Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School. This is the appropriate approach for untrained gunmen to not only use weapons to protect the educated area, but to also create more risk and evoke fear among students. Now, everyone knows that the Second Amendment allows anyone to carry a gun for safety. If that's the case, then parents can give guns to their children as a gift to express their love and concern for their children's safety. The younger generations will have the opportunity to use them carelessly and attack people in public. This shows how guns are less harmful than a chocolate Kinder egg. Even people with mental illness can try to obtain this type of weapon to paint the town red. My goodness, everyone loves freedom, do they? Well then, let's prepare for more deaths and bullets. Thank you for listening and on to next news.